And hello there, welcome everyone. It has been quite some time since I streamed last time, and I could say, based on the state of my microphone, which is dusty as fuck, very dusty. But things were as they were. There wasn't really much time for me to stream. It's unfortunate, but it's how it is. But today, I decided to fix at least some of it, I guess. Because today I intend to stream some of the MOC and that kind of stuff. It's been a while, and there was quite a lot that happened in this game, obviously. Fuck off. Mainly the Euphorius, really. I don't know where was the last time I said it. It was actually the 3.2. So we obviously have a new patch, 3.3, and with 3.3 we got a new story. I kind of thought we would finally finish like the first arc of the Amphoria story already, but no. It's actually gonna take more time, because we are basically almost at the a little bit of a story spoilers for those who have not seen or played the story. We are getting very close to the end of the cycle, and like quite generally, just right before the end, they just decided to be continued, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. Like, sure, the the finale is gonna really be focused around Finon, I get it, and Finon's gonna be released in 3.4, so, you know, let's keep it in that, but we are so close to the finish. So close. It would be like, in comparison, if you played, let's say, Penacony story, and you know, like after you fight with the final boss, and then you kind of like Dan Hang and Jingyan show up there and like save the day. It would be like, and then like you wake up, and then almost like through the help of the Black Swan, you realize that it is all just you are still in a dream. Yeah, because he like Sunday manipulated the events in a way so you believe like you won, but the truth is not the case at all. And it's like comparing it to the it would be like as after this moment, like the game would announce to be continued, and you would be like, oh, so the finale we're gonna have to play in the next version. So that's how like genuinely this story in this version felt. Like if that would happen, as I explained, like if they did that in Penacony, it would resemble how I feel right now after playing 3.3 story of the Penacony. It's really strange. I don't know. Like already the story, like the main story quest is longer by version, because I believe in 2.3 that was okay. In 2.3 we had that like the sort of an epilogue on the sky ship or whatever, that the flying thingy. The what's now called the title of, but like overall it was called of the affair, and that was just basically say goodbye, but not a big like story part or anything. So that was part of the 2.3 story, but the main story event ended up in 2.2. And we are in 3.3 and we are still not finished. And obviously we're not gonna be finished for quite some time because the Amphoria story arc is gonna go throughout like the entirety of this season, let's call it that. But they like they said they split it into like 2 arcs. Like the first arc we're playing right now, and then it's gonna be the second arc. My predictions are that the first, like, this cycle is not gonna end up ideally as it should be. And we're gonna kind of somehow reset it and then try to, like, figure out how to actually end the cycle correctly. So they would break out of it. Because at the end of this story, in this version, we did learn about the fact that the Dawn Machine, or like at least like, or maybe the entirety of the Amphorias, but the big part of the Amphorias is the is the Emperor Scepter, which is a story bit from the simulated universe, like those specific simulated universe was in the unknowable domain. And then before you had the story about the Rupert, the Win Golden Gears. And like these Emperor Scepters are basically his creations, and they're like these massive machines that are like the size of a planet almost. And they basically serve for like probably a lot of purposes, but one of the main purposes were to solve the anti-organic equation. And that's probably like what's happening on the Amphorias. Like they're like redoing the cycles and the Scepter itself is trying to like figure out the anti-organic equation. Or something in that matter. Like it's still probably gonna be slightly more complicated, or maybe even less, who knows. But yeah, still have to wait one more version even, and the annoying part is like one more version, and the thing is like basically almost everybody is dead. Almost everybody is dead. Only Finan is living, and obviously he's supposed to like restart the cycle or something. Like, but everyone else is dead. It's weird. But anyway, let's jump into what we're here. Before we go on, let's show the state of my account right now. So I thought, like last time I said that I would probably gonna be skipping some characters, like for instance Hyacinth, and what I did is I pulled for Hyacinth. Why? Because she's fucking broken. She is insanely strong. Like right now, she's becoming one of the best healers in the game, mainly because she heals, or rather keeps the team alive, and also deals insane amount of damage. It's really strange. You don't have to build a crit rate on her because in her scenarios she gets a 100% crit rate for the main her main damage output. But what you definitely have to do with her is build high speed. I have like 194, and by using a skill I can get it over 200, which is probably what you want to get. Man, it's insane. Like, here's the thing. I don't necessarily regret having all the characters, but what I would definitely say, you don't really need all the characters. I'd say, if I go from 3.0, the characters I think that was kind of a must-have, or like very important to get. Obviously, the Herta. The Herta is right now one of the best ice damage DPS in the game, because we're still waiting for rework on Jingliu. But maybe her rework is gonna... I hope her rework is gonna like bring her fully back, because Jingliu was definitely one of the best DPSs over time. But Herta is really great because the focus really shifts much more towards like higher amount of enemies clearing. So obviously the erudition is getting a bit of a callback right now because now you have a lot of enemies you have to face in. And so she is really good right now. She does a lot of damage, and like she's still totally fine, even in when there are not as big amount of enemies. Like probably there would be some. I don't know if there are other characters that would do better in like a single target scenario. They might. Who knows? Who cares? The Ardell is really broken. Aglaya, that's the one of the characters I think that's easily skippable. She's not bad. She is one of the characters you can use Sunday with. She was basically our first Remembrance character if you're not gonna count the Trailblazer. But compared to the other Emphorius characters, she is not as insane, I'd say. I would almost say, like, and I think that's a case in many scenarios, is that you don't necessarily, like, you can easily replace her with Jing Yuan. Which is surprising, because Jing Yuan was one of my first characters I regretted pulling, because back then I really found him lacking. But now, thanks to Sunday, he is actually really good. But I still did not bother to bring him back up to speed. I have some relics on him, not leveled up. I don't have finishes races, I'm not using him. Then we got 3B. 3B was obviously must pull because it's a fucking Harmony character. I was considering skipping her, but I did it once with Sparkle, and I still regret not having Sparkle because Harmony characters are just that good to have. So yeah. I definitely don't regret having 3B, she's very useful. Then we have Mighty, which I know if my friend heard me right now, she would probably execute me on the place. I think Mighty is skippable. He's not bad, he's definitely good destruction imaginary character. I do probably prefer him over Dan Heng because Dan Heng is very SP expensive, but Dan Heng still might do more damage than Mighty, but I might be wrong on this one. I could be totally wrong on this one, but I personally, I know a lot of people like him, and I get it why, even though I'm not necessarily personally too invested in him. But I think that was a character that could be easily skippable. The main issue with Mighty is that you don't really play with him. He is basically just an autoplay unit. And I do quite a lot of autoplay games, obviously, but having a character that is straight up like almost entirely on autoplay, like you kind of lose the feel of I'm playing this character and it's just like, oh, this is... You almost feel like a Mammoth Sprite. Well, that actually wouldn't be the right description, because some of the Mammoth Sprite you actually control, so... yeah, like I'm not a big fan of the fact that he is like straight up like you lose control over him. Then we had version 3.2, which brought Castoris. And Castoris is must pull mainly because she has a global passive. I still, well, I'm obviously not a big fan of the global passives idea. I don't necessarily think it is that important to have the global passive, like you can do without. But I have to admit, there were moments where it definitely helped me. Because the power creep of the enemies is actually real. Like, right, like you, right, like, you are, there is an... like they have no, I would say shame, well, not necessarily shame, but you will run into enemies that have capabilities of one-shotting you, which is very strange. I could get, like, if you get, like, if you're not, your characters are not leveled up properly or and have decent relics or anything, and then you also, like, maybe fuck up your play where you forget heal or something, then I would get, like, the enemy I was able to killing you, but one-shotting you when you're at full HP is insane. So yeah, the global passive definitely is it can be helpful. I almost feel like they maybe introduce like one-shotting enemies, so like they would boost the sales of Castoris. But they really showed up mainly after the Castoris release. Though, to be actually honest, in 3.0 we had a Nikador, and if you didn't brawl the proper team, Nikador would destroy you also, so yeah, maybe there was some sort of a hinting at it. Anaxa, I still have not really used him properly. I do think the fact that he's able to apply additional weaknesses on the enemy is absolutely broken, and he is now basically replacing Silver Wolf until she gets a rework. But he is quite a lot used in the teams that actually require SP. And usually what ends up happening is that he doesn't have, like, you don't have SP left, like skill points left for him. So it's kind of sad. I still have not really used him. His damage output I don't think is that great, but I don't necessarily use mine, and I think mine is relatively well rallied up, but I played... Why is this not finished? Do I see? I do have material synthesis, so why haven't I not finished this one up? Let's do it this way then. There we go. I didn't realize I have not finished him. Yeah, I think he's useful, but is he super necessary? I don't necessarily think so. And then we have 3.3, which we get Hyacinth. We have Hyacinth, which again is a really good character and probably must borrow for a lot of players. But I could still see like her not being necessary to pull, because she is providing. She's like a sustain. She takes the role of a sustain unit, and you probably already have enough sustain units, but I guess the main thing is like she's a sustain unit, but also a sub DPS unit, so it's tough. It's tough, yeah, but she is kind of fucking strong. And Cypher from the looks, like early look I had on her, I just saw some videos, and there was a bit of a gameplay with her through the story. Cypher, I'd say, is easily skippable. I'm gonna pull for her because I actually ended up liking her story-wise. Anyway, that's it. Let's finally jump into what I'm here to do, which is... what's ended up soon? Pure fiction. I need to do a pure fiction. So let's jump into it. Oh, we're gonna be fighting Flame Reaver. Oh, this guy I would love to be playable. I know a lot of people think, and I kind of do as well, that he's basically a Finan from the previous cycle. Or like something to do with Finan. But I would genuinely love, in like the way how he looks right now, like this character, if this character were playable, I would be so hyped. I genuinely love his design. He looks so cool. Okie dokie, let's delve into it. So I can start from difficulty 3, which means I'll have to consider the team. So what are we? What's the description? Grid, make the grid. After allies use skill to attack enemy targets, every enemy target hits additional equal 5 grid value. Okay. So what do we have here? Some platinum can. I'm thinking, what would I use in this scenario? I think for the first team I'm gonna go with the Acheron team. Which is gonna be Acheron, Fox Kazuha, wherever he is, over here. What enemies am I facing? So it doesn't really matter. I need to put another Nihility together. And like right now, Cypher would be quite useful here, but the Pure Fiction ends before her really, so can't really wait for her. So I think I'll go with Pella, and I'm gonna put Aventurine there. There we go. And as this, I'm gonna use during surgical. All ally skills do not consume skill points. After character use skill or ultimate, they gain 1 stack of feverish surge. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the first one. Thank you very much. Now, on the second team, I'm gonna use... Okay. Yeah, this kind of scream Castoris. This kind of like either Castoris or Herta, but I think I'm gonna go with Castoris because I am playing Herta quite a lot in a lot of the game modes. Castoris not necessarily as much. I need to switch that up. And let's put in there good old. And we're gonna use this one here, Rofani. And now I also need to switch you to Remembrance. Thank you very much. Okay, I think this could work. This could work.
Storms on the horizon.
So that's impaired. There we go.
Feeling lucky.
Well, not really apparently.
Stream 4.
There we go.
Gleam of old blades.
It's really interesting that like after all this time Acheron is still it's actually not that surprising that Acheron is still viable. Who am I kidding?
I weep for the departed.
It makes total sense that she is still viable.
It too shall fall.
I'd say the best thing about Acheron, at least at this state of game, is her technique, which basically instantly kill any mob. But that might get replaced by Finan because he's gonna have very similar technique, but it's also gonna be an AoE or something like that from what I heard. Wait, didn't it say it's not gonna consume my skill points? Did I pick the right one?
A little more heat. I'm honored.
Oh
by
right,
such a
I need to get into grid. I right now it makes sense. Now it makes actually sense.
Hedge your bets.
Hedge your bets. I think we're fine, so I'm just gonna use a basic attack to build up the skill points back.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Commencing support. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old.
Oh fuck, they stunned. Oh, that's bad actually.
It's just a tweak.
That's actually really bad. Oh no, two of them are stunned. That's actually. Oh fuck me, that sucks.
Enemy targets
The
detected.
dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
I gotta say that stun is actually super annoying.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I'm gonna use a basic.
Bow to justice again. Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Sure, I'll play along.
How about letting the enemy strike a little more heat? I'm honored by since you're already here.
Why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
That's right.
Still waters of oblivion.
Come on.
I hit the mark.
You did, didn't you? Let's just finish him off.
Or maybe I'll take it off.
Come on. Well, get in there. That's what I needed. Perfect.
I weep for the departed.
And that should be it. Perfect. Now, stage 3. Not sure we're gonna finish stage 3 though.
Destined for oblivion.
Probably no. Well, we'll see.
How about letting the enemy strike a little more heat? I'm honored since you're already here.
Why not have a meal before you leave? Okay, the grid is down, which is annoying.
Familiar.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
There we go.
Still waters of oblivion.
Component
Ready
damage.
for another?
More season. It's better to make no move. A little more heat. I'm honored since you're already here. Why not have a meal before you leave?
Free will or was destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall
So
fall.
we broke him, which is good.
We have the upper hand. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time
And
for
for
a
a
good
good
old
old counterattack. Okay, we might not necessarily, yeah, we're probably not gonna kill him, but score-wise we should be fine. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Another journey begins on the still waters of oblivion.
Okay. There we go.
Reach for the departed.
Use her ultimate. Am I gonna be able to pull out another ultimate? Probably not.
I'm honored, but since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Huh.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated.
Yeah, that's gonna be it, apparently.
The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
I wonder if I could have used a better team for this. I probably could have. Alright, now the second stage should be much easier, and let us show you how his scene works.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Or rather, Honkai Barbara. Okay, what I tend to do, especially with Hyacin team, I'm actually not for like utilizing the entirety of the Memo Sprite. And actually saving, like, keeping him alive as long as I can. I'm not gonna necessarily claim it's the best way to play it, but I feel like you are wasting the potential of the field effect if you, like, straight up use the entirety of the Memo Sprite, of the caster's Memo Sprite. That's what I need, perfect. This is insane. Who designed this?
Life is
Me.
Return to dust.
So again, because the thing is, with Hyacin in team, the Pollux or caster's Memo Sprite is quite easily able to get back to full HP, so then you can like dish out again quite a decent amount of damage. Okay, there we go. I don't need to use or I can actually, don't I? Because wait, are we gonna consume? I don't think we are gonna consume a skill point because we did consume a skill point. That's interesting. Thought we would not consume a skill point considering we are in the grit mode. Oh right, don't press that yet. Like with Hyacin, keep the ultimate. Don't waste it. And now he's gonna blow out. Now another stage. I think I'm actually... Yeah, I actually need to use a skill point because we need to replenish Caster's Memo Sprite.
As you wish.
Okay, there we go. No, not enough. Well, that's fine. Now this is why I want to keep, like, now she's at 0. So look what's gonna happen. I'm gonna use the ultimate. And the Memo Sprite's gonna attack. Now, because I have a lot of ultimates, like, pay attention. It's still her turn. And she already used her Memo Sprite attack. Now I'm gonna obviously cast a bunch of other ultimates, but remember that. Remember, like, she's still on turn and she used her Memo Sprite. First, we're gonna use your ultimate. Then we're gonna summon Pollux.
Embrace a new life.
And then we're gonna use Trailblazer's ultimate.
Trust me.
There we go. So, again, he hasn't used her ultimate, her Mama Sprite attack. Now, I'm gonna use, let's say, I mean, it's fine. I guess I can use a basic attack. And the Mama Sprite attacks again. And the thing is, she still has 3 charges. So you got 2 Mama Sprite attacks out of 1 charge, basically. So that's why you really should wait with her ultimate when is Hyacinth's turn and she runs out of charges.
Life is not so fragile.
Let's do it this way. Yeah, I think we are fine here. Yeah, okay, this one was obviously easy because I used the meta characters. The first one obviously was difficult because Acheron, thanks to how this game is developing, is getting outdated. So now let's jump to the 4th difficulty. I do wonder, oh yeah, here we're gonna be dealing with Kafka and Flame Reaver, 2 of my favorite characters. Very interesting, very interesting. Oh, very interesting indeed. So, who are we gonna put? Well, okay, let's remove, just to make it more convenient for me. Let's remove all of these. And also, I totally forgot. Before I do that, just give me a few seconds. I forgot to do one thing. And that is actually marked or add tags to my stream. So sorry for that. There we go. 3.3. There we go. And that should be fine. And also Honkai story. There we go. Now we can continue on. So, who I'm actually gonna put in this team, I wonder. So, Kafka. I think I'm gonna use Mighty here. So we're gonna basically do autoplay. Where is Mighty? Over here? No. Wrong team. There we go. Mighty. With Mighty, I was gonna put Sunday to increase his amount of attacks. On the second team, I'm gonna need casters, don't I? Yeah. So... Yeah, okay. This is gonna be almost... like... If I had leveled up my Yukong properly, I could, like, without an issue, probably made it like a solo mono team. Mono imaginary team. But my Yukong is not leveled up, so I think I'm gonna put Ron May in here. Ron May, and as a healer, I'm gonna give them Luacha. And this, I'm gonna switch to that Hierophany. And the second team is gonna be the same as we used in the third difficulty. It's basically gonna be Castoris, Trailblazer, Tribi, Hyacinth, and I also think I'm gonna stick with the Hierophant. Yeah, I think we should be fine. We should really be fine with this. But maybe not, maybe not. Like, it's a 4th difficulty and the power creep is real, so...
Right. Let's
could be an issue.
So
Support...
submit or die.
There we go.
Repay.
existence is unity.
So, what are you gonna do now, good lord?
You chose the wrong enemy.
Did I now? Right, I don't need to do that.
Burn it all.
And now I lose the control over him. Now he's just gonna do everything by himself.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
And nothing I can do about it. Okay, let's obviously use this. Use the ultimate on him. You use your ultimate as well, good lord.
Dying soul now accepts your punishment.
We have a grit.
The dead return.
Guess I'll do this.
Burn it all.
Nicely done.
Conquer all land.
Like, here's a, like, don't get me wrong. Mighty is insane damage dealer. He's very fucking strong. It's just, I don't think he is so necessary. But obviously, like, if you have him, good for you, because he is strong. The only issue I just have, like, it's really boring to play with him, because you don't control him.
I'll see you off.
You'll see me off, you say.
I can't die.
Let's do this,
Thanks.
Existence is
and do
unity.
this.
Burn it all.
Okay, I guess we killed those guys. Now,
Fury upon you. Dying soul now accepts your punishment.
Serenity is before me.
Forever do. Nothing major.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
all will be swept by the wind. By the wind. Okay. Why not? We can do that.
Burn it all. Conquer all land.
Man.
Seek and you shall receive. Torment and doubt, farewell. This watch over you.
I
Guide
got
you on your path.
Forever do. Receive divinity. I can't die. Dying soul now accepts your punishment. Burn it all. You chose the wrong enemy.
Did I now?
There's more to life.
Eternal sleep. The dead.
Choose the ultimate. There we go. And you can use the basic, why not?
Overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
Forever do. Fury upon you. It's so feeble.
Fitting.
Enjoying yourself?
Enjoying
I'll
yourself?
see you off.
Are you enjoying yourself so much that you're touching yourself? Use the skill.
I heard the call. I doubt farewell.
That's what I needed.
Dying
I wanted to like activate the field of Lordship just by him using his passive abilities, really. Okay. So far so good, I say, though I'm not sure we're gonna be able to kill off Kafka.
Some value, I suppose.
Every
Okay.
petal will be swept away by the wind.
Who's this? Good job.
Serenity is before me.
I forgot that I actually need to be more quick on that one.
Ready? Not so fast. See you later.
I'll see you off.
That's a lot of damage they do to me.
Eternal step. Dead return!
There's more to life.
Who's there?
Burn it all. Receive divinity. I can't die.
That's actually perfect.
I'll accept your punishment.
And now she's broken.
Seek and you shall restore it and doubt farewell.
Now, how much damage? Yeah, we're not gonna kill her at all, that's for sure. We actually,
Chose the wrong enemy.
I'm not sure. The amount of damage we did is also not that great.
Every petal all will be swept away by the wind.
Burn it all.
Like, we are not even at 30,000 points.
Serenity is before me. This will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Conquer all lands. Dying, I'll accept your punishment.
Basically, Casterus, you'll have to do the most work here. From the looks of it. I'm kinda worried here. Well, we'll see. Enhance, restore, impair, and boom. Two, three, and basic attack. There we go.
Not a bad idea. I choose you.
Guide with the Rainbow Bridge. Show me the way.
I shall remember this one.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the
I
sky.
shall remember this one.
Remember how I said when you should wait with your ultimate?
Guiding the west wind.
I think I should just like kick myself in the arse, because I kinda just did not do that right now. I think it would be totally fine if I just waited with the ultimate for next Hyacinth's turn. But whatever, it already happened. I'm not gonna
Please cherish this time.
dwell on it too much.
Return to dust.
Go. Nice.
Life is not so fragile.
Darkness with me.
Oh my god, that's so strong. See, that's also like one of the reasons I think like you don't necessarily wanna immediately kill Pollux, because he buffs like Caster's damage as well. Oh my god, how well am I doing so much?
Muscle costume.
I guess it will.
Future is great.
I think I wanna use yeah, I'm gonna heal.
Sunshine.
Breaks over.
Okay, those guys are dead. You're gonna use a basic attack. Use the ultimate.
It's coming. Guiding the west wind.
Away we go. And now we're gonna kill him, because it's his last turn anyway.
May death protect us.
I think he actually gonna explode even if you would like not decide to like deplete him entirely.
Show me the way.
I shall remember this one.
This is being in sync?
Me, 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 me.
Just don't learn.
Oh, nice, perfect. Her ultimate is charge up. That's what I actually kind of
Root here.
needed.
Embrace a new
Let's call him Pollux.
Mimi!
life is not darkness with me.
Not bad, not bad.
Underestimating us will cost you! It's like the West Wind.
Away we go! Now we're gonna use the ultimate.
Dispel the gloom! Destroy the skies!
Perfect. And now another stage. Okay. I fucked it up. I actually fucked it up. Whatever. Already happened.
As you wish.
Guide to the Rainbow Bridge.
Let's heal, I guess.
Break's over. I'm on it.
Mimi, Mimi! It's coming. Guide to the West Wind.
Away we go.
Life is not so fragile. Root here.
Still not there.
As you wish.
There we go.
Embrace a new
Get
life.
me here, Pollux.
You two head to the darkness with me.
Not bad at all. We're doing really good.
Have some sunshine.
I shall remember this warmth.
Yeah, I think I'll wait with the ultimate. Think I will do that.
Watch closely.
Not good.
Don't be rash. It's coming.
Oh, so they killed Fat Fuck, but that's fine, I think.
Future is great. May this dispel the gloom. Destroy the
Because the ultimate is gonna summon him anyway.
so lead it with
Trust me. We can do anything.
Good, we did get the amount of points we need, so that's perfect.
This is being in sync?
Return to dust.
Wait.
This is annoying. Not much I can do about that.
the West Wind. Away we go. Have some sunshine.
I shall remember this warmth.
No, I misclicked. I actually fucking misclicked.
Dispel the gloom.
Well, too late.
Skies.
Too late. Right, now I have to kill Pollux, because
May death protect us.
was his last charge.
Life is not so fragile. Root here.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. I bet you that's gonna hurt. Oh no, good, we broke him. We broke him, that's perfect. That's actually perfect. Wasn't expecting that we're gonna break him.
So lead it with
I shall remember this warmth. Embrace a new life.
Mimi.
darkness with me.
I think he's dead. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This was good. Mighty wasn't, but I guess like he didn't have the best of the best with him. But yeah, this did really well, and I feel like the main thing also goes to Hyacinth. He actually is insane, like good damage dealer considering she is supposed to be a healer. But that's the other thing I'm not a big fan of. Like, the unclear definition of the path right now in this game, it kinda bothers me, I'd say. Because if you look at it, we have... Where is the data bank? There it is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paths. 1, 2, 3. 3 of these are meant to be like the damage dealing, like classes. Let's call it classes. Then we have above debuff classes, and then we have sustain classes. And I'm not gonna talk about Remembrance right now. Obviously, over the time as the game developed, Nihility kinda changed to like being a debuff class into sort of a, like being something in between debuff and damage dealing class. So it kinda started there. But the thing is with Remembrance, it is not defined by like what is supposed to represent. Like it's kind of like Jack of all trades path, because like it can have apparently everything. You obviously have Aglaya and Castoris as the damage dealers. Then you have the Trailblazer, which is kind of a, like, I don't know, it's probably a sub DPS with a bit of a, like a harmony stuff to it. And then you have a Hyacinth who is healer. But, okay, also a damage deal. Like, it's, I don't know, like, obviously her main purpose on the field is supposed to be, like, she's the sustainer for the team. But she also, as a bonus, she actually dish out quite a good amount of damage to the enemy. But yeah, like, the fact that this path is not defined, like, oh, we're gonna get a Remembrance character, and you can't really say, so it's gonna most likely end up being some sort of a, like, support unit or anything. No, it's like, oh, so Remembrance character. I wonder what the character is gonna do. Like, it's really strange. But hey, it's not necessarily I mind. It's just like I kind of like when like the paths are supposed to represent what type of character we are getting, and we kind of lost that. And I will admit it kind of started with Nihility, because Nihility definitely started as more of a debuff like team type of characters. Though it kind of was destined to end up being a damage dealing, or at least like a sub DPS path, with like the thought of like Nihility characters are gonna be the dot characters, damage over time for those who don't know. So it was kind of understandable that they kind of moved towards like a damage dealing class. But you still have a they still serve the purpose of the debuffers, like Welt, Silverwolf, Fox Kazuha. Fugu is actually more of a harmist. That's the funny part. Like Fugu is a Nihility, but her kit really like serves more of a harmony purpose. I guess like they justify her being Nihility is like by adding that the secondary toughness bar, but it's really strange. Like she definitely feel more like a harmony character. Black Swan, there's Dot, Acheron. Yeah, with Acheron, with Acheron, that was like like straight up announcement of like, look, right now Nihility is like in damage dealing class. Deal with it. But like, to give credit where credit is due, it is a really straight up based on like the debuffs on the enemy. Okay, that was just a side note. Let's move on to, I guess, the next game mode, shall we? What's gonna be next? Next we have... So we did the Pure Fiction, which ends up in 2 days. I am kind of tempted to not to wait for Cypher. I'm genuinely looking forward to play as to play with Cypher. So I am tempted not to do the rest. Sorry. And wait for Cypher. So, and I like the only question is my Cypher gonna get ready as soon as she gonna get released? Like, farming up her Ascension materials, that's like that's gonna be done almost immediately. That's no issue, really. I already farmed all necessary traces for her. I do feel I might struggle with the relics again, because at first I was farming the what's it called? The Genius of Brilliant Star set for her, because it really felt that would be more like more aimed for her, considering she's an Nihility character. But it kind of depends how people gonna end up playing her, because you can play her 2 ways. You can play her as a sub DPS, or you can play her as a debuffer. As a debuffer unit, I'd say the Genius set actually might be more beneficial. Definitely. I think that is definitely more beneficial to debuffer. But as a sub DPS, increased damage dealt with debuffs for increased crit rate when the wearer deals. Maybe at least 2 or 3 debuffs. And she her skill, I believe, is like application of a debuff on the enemy. I don't really remember. I have not studied that deep her kit. So I feel like this, well, it is recommended as what you should farm on her. So this definitely screams more like how if you want to build her as a sub DPS. Then they recommend Lushaka, energy regeneration. I actually saw 2 recommendations for her. Obviously Lushaka here, but also some people recommended farming Firmament Frontline Glamoth for her. Why? Because she is actually gonna have a really high speed, from what I understand. They actually were now, like when she was in the beta phase, they were nerfing like 2 or 3 times they nerfed her speed. So I think she really shouldn't have issue reaching this bonus. So it's gonna be either Firmament or Lushaka. Lushaga increases the energy regeneration rate. That's good, obviously, for using her ultimate. There is not the first character in the team lineup, then increases the attack of the first character in the team up lineup. Yeah, that's really probably more for the debuffer, so you can like buff your primary unit with her. We'll see what I'm like. She's obviously not aimed to be a main DPS. You can, from her kit, you can either run her as a follow-up unit, or you can run her as a kind of a support unit for Acheron. We'll see. But she's probably gonna be, considering the Amphorius character, she's probably gonna be considered one of the weakest characters you can get from the Amphorius lineup. But she's obviously, like, we are still gonna have plenty more Amphorius characters, so that could be a thing to change. But considering, like, from 3.0, we are, like, there is, like, one banger character after another. Cypher does sound like she's gonna be a bit of a disappointment, which is a shame, because story-wise, I genuinely enjoyed the part with Cypher. And as a proof, what serves here as a proof is really that even like way back, I was like, I'm definitely skipping Cypher. I'm not a big fan of this like furry look or whatever, like all this like Catwoman and that kind of thing. Like I don't really get that. It's don't really like it as much. But then like story wise, they sold me. Like I was like, I want this character. So I'm gonna be pulling for her. And that's why I'm not gonna play any other game modes today. Because I actually wanna test her in the other game modes that I have not played yet. The Pure Fiction I obviously had to play because it ends this weekend. And it would be wasted not to play it. So there's that, but I'm gonna wait for Forgotten Hall and Apocalyptic Shadow till next week when we gonna get Cypher. Okay, I guess that's gonna be it, considering there is not really much of a discussion run here anyway. And I mentioned some stuff I wanted to talk about already. I guess that's gonna be it for today. It's a bit of a short stream, but not that surprising, really. But yeah, we did all we wanted. The main thing we wanted. I was tempted to do the rest as well, the Memory of Chaos and Apocalyptic Shadow, but I do want to wait for Cypher. So we'll do that when she's gonna get released and when I'll have a time to play it. I'm probably not gonna stream on the day she's gonna get released. I'm probably gonna most likely struggle with her relics again. But hopefully sometime next week I will be streaming and playing with her. Okay. That's gonna be it. Not much else to say. I thank you for watching and hopefully catch you soon when we gonna have to do the rest. For now, bye bye.